Who's next big heavyweight star?
Tom Aspinall, the guy who just won the interim title. He's phenomenal.
It's happening. Jon Jones, Tom Aspinall, that's happening in 2025.
I mean, listen, whenever you get a heavyweight champion from anywhere, you know what I mean, outside the country, it's a big deal. And to have a heavyweight champion in the UK who is a bad dude and legit, and everybody around him claims that he's that good, and he's a great guy, great personality.
You say that Jon and Tom has the potential to be the biggest heavyweight fight of all time.
It doesn't have the potential. It's going to be. It's going to be the biggest heavyweight fight ever.
Tom is quick. He's a very fast heavyweight. He's very well-rounded. He's been training his entire life. But his coach and his father have had him in there training with, they say he's got the speed of a welterweight. He's always trained with lighter guys. He's able to control his power. And that's why he gets like so many knockouts. He uses his technique. He uses his speed.
And he is, again, the next advancement of the evolution of the sport. Because he can do everything. That guy's got elite jiu-jitsu, he's got elite takedowns, his striking is outstanding. I mean, he knocked out Sergey, who's the scariest fucking striker in all of MMA, and he knocked him out in the first round. And the way he did it was just picture perfect.
As far as these younger fighters, I look at guys like Aspinall. Dude, they're amazing. Don't get me wrong, these guys are amazing. They start your people in the first round. And then Tom Aspinall, I think he has the potential to do something really special in the heavyweight division. I think he's going to be hard for the majority of guys to beat. I really do believe that.
Jon's the undisputed champion, but I'm the best in the world, if that makes any sense. We know what Jon's doing. Jon was also saying, Jon was there crossing his fingers and toes tonight, hoping that I'd lose to Curtis. Let's not bullshit about it. Like he posted about it loads anyway, that I'm going to lose to him. Yeah, that didn't happen, so that's the fight I want next.
I don't view Jones, even if he fights Stipe, I don't think he's going to fight Aspinall. I think he's either going to retire or he goes after Alex Pereira, just because I know that's a money fight. I get it, get your money, but yeah, I don't see him ever fighting like a legitimate, young, scary heavyweight.
I think he just put Jon Jones on notice, the heavyweight division on notice, put the whole UFC on notice, because that man right there, the way that he's winning fights, the way he's taking people out of there, people should look at Tom, the way that he's performing, the way that he's delivering finishes, and that should inspire them.
I'm not going to get crazy because Jon Jones is
the man,
a fighting machine, bro. And he's so much smarter than people give him credit for. And he's seen everything. But I believe this would be a new challenge. And a challenge that I don't know that he's ever seen before because of the size of Tom Aspinall. It's amazing. It's amazing the idea of what could potentially happen.
The reason I was hyping him up before is because what he's capable of, what his father's done to him. He's molded him. He gave up his job 18 years ago to train Tom Aspinall for these moments, right? And when you look at the way he moves, when you look at the speed of the man hits as hard as Francis Ngannou probably. Granted, we don't know if it's quite as hard as a Ford Escort going 80 miles an hour. It was hard enough to drop Marcin Tybura, hard enough to drop Sergey Pavlovich, probably hard enough to drop any heavyweight on the planet. And then you combine the wrestling, the jiu-jitsu, the footwork, the speed, the agility, the mental acumen, the fight IQ, you put it all together, and we've got a real fucking problem on our hands, guys. If you're in the heavyweight division, ooh, baby, you better watch yourself, because Tom Aspinall is going to be ruling the roost for quite some time now.
We cannot take the UFC at their current plan, which is to hold Tom out in the prime of his career so two guys that are supposedly retiring can fight in a best case scenario in 10 months from now. Like something in that plan has to change.
Don't know, I'm very friendly, so I'm not sure. Very, very nice man and friendly, but I think when that octagon door closes, I can do things that other heavyweights can't. Simple as that. Simple as that. My mind is so different, and I see shots that other people don't see. I make decisions that other people can't make, and you might look on the outside and think, this guy's got holes in his game plan. You jump in and let's have a go and see how you get on.
He still has so much more to learn and improve on. Like, from an athletic perspective, he's an unusual heavyweight. He moves like an absolute cat. This is a giant cat that knows how to move his feet. He knows how to counter. And to make matters worse, Aspinall can get you on the ground as well. He's good everywhere, man. This is a new breed of heavyweight. There's no question about it. I still think he's got to hide that chin a little bit more, move that head a little bit more. And if he does that, he's going to have that belt until he damn retires. Like, that's how good he is. That's how much potential he is. He's a rarity in this sport.
You know, this is the start. This is the start of an epic run. Of course, there's Jon Jones. Of course, there's Stipe Miocic. And they will be tough fights, right? Or maybe not. I guess time will tell. But outside of them two, and you never know if that fight is going to materialize. But outside of them two, I genuinely do not see anybody in the heavyweight division giving him a problem anytime soon. He can knock anybody out. He can take anybody down, and he can submit probably all of them as well. He literally is the heavyweight George St. Pierre.
This is no disrespect to Stipe at all, but who really cares about 42-year-old Stipe who's not fought for 3 or 4 years, coming back and fighting Jon Jones? You know what I mean? I've just knocked out the scariest guy in the UFC in a minute. Like, why? I know that it's like a big respect thing, like Stipe is the greatest heavyweight ever, and Jon Jones is arguably the greatest MMA fighter ever. I get that, I completely get it, but it's also about relevance. It's also about excitement. It's also about what puts people in seats, what people are going to buy pay-per-views, and I'm more excited than anybody right now, and I deserve a shot. I'm the champion. Jon Jones is the champion. I'm not saying that he's not, but I'm a champion as well, and this is no disrespect to Stipe at all. I'm a massive fan of his, but Stipe at this point is a guy that hasn't fought for 3 years and coming off a loss.
Jon Jones, has a very high fight IQ. He knows what Aspinall's got, what he's about. I think that we're going to have to see what happens with this fight with Stipe, see where Jon's head is, or if Stipe wins, see where his head is. Let's see what they want to do.
And I'm going to tell you one thing, man. You want a heavyweight champion that looks like Tom Aspinall, like one of the strongest and baddest men on the planet. There is no denying that when Tom Aspinall walks into a room, you think that's a bad dude. And he has proven it time and time again. He is so gifted, so well-rounded, that he really does look to be the future of the heavyweight division. He's phenomenal. This guy, Stan, looks like the lineal heavyweight champion, where I understand he's the interim. Jon's only fought one at the weight class. Tom Aspinall has beaten everybody every time he stepped in the octagon, and he's getting more and more dominant every time he steps in there. This guy is the real deal.
On the contrary to what Jon Jones fanboys might think, I have nothing against Jon Jones as a person. I think I'm the best heavyweight in the world, and if he thinks he's in the best heavyweight in the world, let's settle it. Simple as that. It's not rocket science. There's two guys who are claiming to be the best heavyweight in the world. Let's settle it. Simple as that.
Yeah, so obviously what we've seen of him is great, but I hear even better things about him. I mean, I hear in the gym this guy is an absolute beast. He kicks the shit out of everybody. And the people who surround him and know him well really believe in this guy. So obviously what he's shown us so far has been unbelievable. I can't wait to see what's next.
Tom's just too fast for these heavyweights, lad. Like that 1-2 and then hook backhand was just boom, 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 boom. Heavyweights don't move that fast, and he moves like a middleweight.
Michael Bisping, as I said all week, was not putting Tom Aspinall over and suggesting he will go down as the greatest MMA heavyweight of all time because they're boys or because they're both from England. He's doing it because of what the film tells him. And, the film makes me want to lean into a lot of those superlatives.
Tom's good champion, great champion. He's tough. He's not up and coming, but young and hungry. And we'll get to that road when we have to.
But like you said, he does move. Like when I think you touched on, I don't know if you just touched on it then, moves like a welterweight. I can see that. He's that explosive. He's in and out. His speed, his timing, everything's incredible. That's why I think he's one of the most well-rounded, probably one of the best heavyweights in the UFC.
And he's got a bag of tricks. He really does have a bag of tricks. And you don't know what is that he's gonna pull out next. He fakes, he feints, He sets trap, he understands distance, he will counter people off their leg kicks, which is something that he loves. He submits people. I mean, this dude is like, he's kind of like the heavyweight division, Demetrius Johnson, man. We'll say maybe St. Pierre with even better technique, with even swifter striking.